I don't think this matches my aesthetic right now, but I didn't want to get out of this because it's too comfy and it's cold. Hi, I'm Miriam and welcome to my channel. So this is the first episode of a new series I'd like to do. This is a little chill concept I've had in mind for the past week. So I have a lot of topics on my mind and I don't know, I want to talk about them, and I figured this would be a nice space to talk about it. And it would be like a chiller concept to do, where I can just like chat and do my makeup. And I know a lot of people like to use YouTube as their background noise, and I can be the background noise for you. So the concept is I'm just gonna sit and do my makeup, not gonna explain what I do with my makeup, but if you want more in-depth of what I do, it will probably be on my shorts. And I will link everything I use in the description below. I think I have named today's video why you should buy more expensive things or something. That's like my working title at least. So let me elaborate. I feel like in today's society, it's a very, very heated topic to be like, you should spend more money on things, or you should buy luxury items, because a lot of people are like, I can't afford that. And don't get me wrong, I get it. What I'm more trying to get at is that we are very much a buy and throw away kind of society with our mentality, because we love shopping and so do I. Very, very bad mentality to have, to just buy things and throw it out and buy it again and throw it out and buy it again. But it's such a bad way of thinking, where you just keep buying and buying and buying, get tired of it, throw it out. You have a closet with nothing to wear. I also feel like that sometimes. But then there's this bigger problem we have, which is micro trends. A lot to blame for the micro trends is obviously social media, because things are going at very rapid fast. Like when you're doom scrolling, sometimes I skip so many videos sometimes because my attention span needs something rapid fire fast, and it's just, that's how our brains have just like become. Like it needs to go speed, which again, not a good thing. But like I do really understand the way of thinking where you feel like you need the newest thing. You wanna look good for others. Like you have an event, you wanna look good for that. You feel like you have things to keep up with, and the cheap solutions are just so easy. Now, I want to share how I got interested in such a theme, because you see, one of my hobbies is to sew. With sewing, you obviously need to use fabrics. Then I came across videos talking about good fabrics and bad fabric. Now, there are perks with all types of fabrics, but it depends on what you want. And I'm also a history nerd, so people were talking about how people in like Victorian era could wear so many layers and heat and still like not get heat strokes, and it's because they wear breathable fabric. I could have another video just talking about kinds of fabrics that I like, but I don't think that's as entertaining. I don't even know if this is entertaining, but still. But with those videos, I really got the value of fabrics and sustainability, because there is a landfill of clothes with fast fashions and they're not good quality. The big enemy, as you can call it in fabric world, is polyester, but polyester does have some good qualities as well. So it works for some types of things like outdoors clothes and such, where you kind of need the plastic. But do you really want to wear plastic all the time? Because I tell you, it's not very practical in the summer. Because then my mind went, okay, if I want to make clothes, I want to make them with like good quality. I want them to last when I put so much hard work into them. A sidetrack, but if you want to like a bit of a more affordable type, good fabric-y, may I suggest cotton? Cotton is very breathable. It's not that expensive. I sew with cotton a lot because, while I'm still not an expert in sewing, I feel like it's just a more nice way to practice things, you know? I love cotton. I use cotton. Somebody's probably typing out all the wrong reasons why you should never use cotton. You can never win in this world. Now, the consumers aren't the problem. It's mostly the corporations. You probably heard people saying like everything in moderation. Yes, we're going to talk about them. We couldn't talk about sustainability without talking about the big bad wolves of the clothing branch, Temu and Shein. Looks like a mustache. So yes, they are a big part of this problem. In my opinion, it's more of a you get so many deals by buying more. And I think that's more a problem than people buying cheap things. Now, I don't want to sound like, oh, I'm so much better than everyone else, but I have not purchased anything on Shein or Temu. Mostly because I made this rule for myself when these were starting to pop more off. I've had a shopping addiction for years upon years. And I knew that if I were to start with these apps, I would get like so many unnecessary things. And I would just end up with a bunch of crap I didn't need. So I told myself, I'm not allowed to download, and I'm not allowed to purchase, and I set ground rules for myself. Now, whenever I talk to other people about things like this or other things I have said, or other times I've set a rule for myself, I always say, oh no, I'm not allowed to. And every time people like, says who? And I'm like, I do. It's a rule for me. I think we should have a more, like, I think it should be more normal to set rules for yourself and have open rule sets for yourself. Because, like, what do you mean people don't have rule sets for themselves? What do you mean that's not normal? Maybe it's just me and I'm weird and crazy. Like, I get it. It's fun to shop. It's fun when, it's nice when things are cheap. But I don't know, it feels like for a lot of people, there aren't enough red flags going when things are too cheap. It's like a steal. I usually go by the rule, you get what you pay for, and most of the time, that applies. I say most because I know a lot of people are going to be like, no, I have a cheaper version versus the expensive version where the cheaper version was better, blah, 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 blah. And sometimes that is the case, and that is great. But that does not happen often. And in my experience, I like to invest in things. Is it okay to try the cheaper thing first? Absolutely. You don't invest in like expensive paintbrushes unless you know you want to paint. You get the paint hobby first and then you invest. It's the same thing. If you want to try something new, of course get the cheaper version. That's not what I'm saying. Here's the thing. It is more bougie, and I'm going to quote Charlotte Dobre now. It is more bougie to have like fewer, more expensive things than a lot of cheap things. I love you, Potato Queen. And I think this is also very important to talk about with the sustainability thing. Because I am a massive fangirl. I am a big fan of merch. Do I pay overpriced for a lot of merch? Yes, I do. Is it horrible quality? Yes, it is. Is that good? No. I'm not a fangirl who buys a lot of merch. Mostly because I can't afford it. But I do like to get a t-shirt from a concert, and I wear them a lot. I still have my One Direction t-shirt from the On the Road Again tour, and that's like 10.5 years ago. I still wear it, and it's not any holes, and the print is still good. I don't know what happened. Good on the 1D merch theme. Good on the 1D merch team there. Too bad you aren't active. But I love Taylor Swift, and I love cardigans. I do not own one Taylor Swift cardigan. Do you want to know why? I'll tell you why. They cost like $100, probably over that, and the fabric is like a polyester and acrylic. And I think one of them had some sort of blend, but I was like, no. So I kind of have been nagging my mom to make one instead. Which has not happened yet because it's a big project. Like, I would rather make all of those cardigans myself, which is a big project and I don't know where to start it. And I'm not that good at knitting, so it's not a project for today, but another day. And that's where we need to be cautious because while we should invest in things because you are more likely to actually think about the more expensive things and like think about if you really want them, don't pay more money for things you don't need to pay more money for. I also got very interested in this because I was kind of tired of getting sick of my closet so much. And I feel like a lot of people are too. And I also am very much a fan of more classic things. Or like I have developed a very much interest in them because you will more likely have them for longer. But of course, I feel like there are trends where I've fallen in love with so many trends. And I still do it because it makes me feel good, it makes me feel happy. And I'm like, why shouldn't I wear this? I love it. And that's a whole other topic because I have very many heated opinions about trends and trend culture these days. I hope people can see my vision now. Not enough clouds. Now, I'm not saying you should go and buy a lot of luxury items. There's a lot of stores that have good quality and reasonably priced items that are definitely affordable for the everyday man or woman or person or creature. I don't know what you wanted to. I don't know your pronouns. I just want people to be more cautious in spending the money because we are in a bit of like a financial crisis these days. A lot of people are like, in this economy, I feel like a lot of the comments are going to be like, you want us to buy more expensive things in this economy? And it's like, no, don't overspend if you can't afford things right now, but wouldn't you rather like save your money for something a bit more expensive that you actually like than, I don't know, spend money on something you kinda like just because it's cheaper? Just so you can get your 5-second dopamine rush that you're probably not gonna have next week? For years and years, I also dealt with like purchase buy, like impulse buying and everything, and I gave it rules to myself again. So if I really wanted something, I would have to think about it. I'd have to think about it for like a week. Now, there were, of course, exceptions to this, because if I'm at a thrift store, it's probably not going to be there next week, so I kind of had to make my decision then and there. Do you want to know what happened most of the time? I completely forgot about the clothing item. Like that sweater where I was like, I have to have it. I forgot about it. Guess I didn't want it that bad after all. And there are other ways you can get like luxury items, because there are people selling their older things. For instance, I am a big fan of Ralph Lauren's knitted sweaters. I think they're really cute, but they cost a lot of money, so I got them secondhand. And by doing that, I actually got to have 2 Ralph Lauren sweaters for like under the price of 1. And it's not just clothes. I see the same problem with hair, makeup, things in general. Like beauty things are usually the aspects I go around. I think maybe my next subject needs to be like trends, because I'm very heated about that. I can go like on and on about this. With overconsumption, with having the newest thing, with buying and throwing and buying and throwing. Like, we all love some, like, at least I do. I love it when my mom has like pieces from when she was like my age, from like the 80s and 90s. I love when she comes with things from that time. But I end up throwing my clothes out because I don't see any value in them, because I got them for so cheap. I'm like, no, nobody wants this. This is nothing to say. And I hate that feeling. Don't you also want your hypothetical future relative to want to see your clothes from your youth? No, sorry, I threw it all in the trash because I got them on like Shein for like, I got like 20 items for like $10 or whatever it is. Now, I'm not saying that all of you have to like start making your own clothes or buying a bunch of luxury brands, but maybe next time you get a hole in your clothing and it's totally fixable, maybe fix it instead of throwing it out. I was gonna put on lashes, but I feel like so cute with just mascara, so screw that. I'm a makeup girl who was not that big on lashes because I do find them uncomfortable a lot of the time. So I'll take any excuse. Now, what do I want you to take away from this video? Be more cautious, invest in yourself, think about things before you do the impulse purchase. If you have something similar in your closet, why not use that instead of buying something similar? Now, I'm not saying you can't get the same sweater in like 3 different colors because I do that too. But that's so much other things. Okay, we need to have a plan. So, if you can't find anything in your closet that would match with the thing you want, don't get it. Stop buying clothes, buy outfits. And also, like, let's take care of the environment. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was entertaining. I hope it was chill, nice to hear me talk. Let me know what you think about this look, because I think it looks pretty cute. This was kind of what I envisioned, because I was like thinking, what can I do to make the environment? And I love a good sunset. I think I like this side more than that side, so maybe all my thumbnails will be like this. Show my good side. And let me know what if you'd come back for more. I think next theme is definitely going to be like trends. Yeah. Anyways, subscribe. Yes, do that. Subscribe. Anyways, like, subscribe, and come back for more. Okay, bye!